Picture yourself standing in line at the grocery store. The fluorescent lights are humming, the person in front of you is buying avocados, and the physical world feels perfectly normal. But you look down at your phone and see a video of a politician saying something inflammatory. Instantly, you scroll down to see someone calling it an AI deepfake, followed by another comment claiming the first person is actually a bot. Inside your head, the ground completely liquefies. You are suddenly acting as the forensic editor-in-chief of your own reality, parsing incoming data millisecond by millisecond. Is the lighting right? Too many fingers on that hand? Written by a human? Your brain burns immense caloric energy, simply trying to establish if the data in front of you actually exists. What you're experiencing is the pollution of the atmospheric commons. Just like a physical community relies on clean air and water, a society relies on a shared, breathable medium of baseline trust. It's the pre-articulate background hum that lets two nervous systems agree they inhabit the exact same world. When networks flood that space with synthetically generated content and algorithmic manipulation, the commons fills with cognitive smog. The air gets so thick with unreality that you can no longer see the person standing across from you. That grocery store vertigo is a signal. We have infinite facts, but we are losing the shared ground required for those facts to mean anything at all. The reflex is to blame artificial intelligence for this loss of shared reality. But AI arrived late to the wake. It is being mistaken for the killer of a handshake that has been slipping for 2 generations. The older handshake is a pre-articulate biological practice, the real-time mutual synchronization of 2 primate nervous systems agreeing they inhabit the same world. It is the active, manual labor of confirming that you exist in a shared frame with another person. For decades, we have been vacating the room of manual human labor, hollowing out the rituals of eye contact, friction, and reciprocal attention. We stopped doing the work, and our underlying social muscles began to waste away. AI acts as a prosthetic, stepping into that hollowed space. It offers synthetic intimacy to a society that has forgotten how to produce the real thing, filling the vacuum with the small, comforting confirmations of our own existence. A crutch is a magnificent tool for a broken leg, but given enough time, it atrophies a healthy limb. By quietly shifting our psychological weight onto the synthetic, we risk losing the biological capacity to stand without it. History moves through a recurring engine of decentralization and reconsolidation. Every technology liberating people from an old power structure simultaneously creates more efficient concentrations of power. The railroad empowered commerce and birthed the monopolies. The internet democratized voice and birthed platform feudalism. This chart tracks the intervals between major paradigm shifts. As information and capital move faster, these intervals compress at a geometric rate. Hunter-gatherer bands held stable for 50,000 years. Early agriculture lasted 10,000. The era of writing and empire externalized human memory into clay and scrolls, lasting 5,000 years by maintaining a centralized clerical reality. The printing press shattered that clerical control and fragmented reality into competing philosophies, yet it held for only 250 years. The scientific and industrial revolutions viewed nature as a machine to be measured, a worldview that lasted roughly 150 years. The open internet era decentralized coordination for 25 years before buckling into the 12-year social media era, where identity became algorithmic. AI arrives as an epoch-defining shift after only 7 years. This rate of change is incompatible with our biology. A human brain takes 25 years just to reach maturity. We are expecting primate nervous systems to digest civilizational revolutions every half-decade. In this era, AI lowers the activation energy between human imagination and execution. A motivated individual can now prototype software and conduct complex research in seconds, simulating expertise that once required teams and massive capital. But this digital freedom requires terrifying concentrations of energy, water, and compute. National economies are being redrawn around the cooling pipes of data centers as the physical world competes for the infrastructure needed to feed these models. This creates a scarcity inversion. When everyone can generate perfect code, strategy decks, and synthetic art in seconds, the economic value of those outputs drops to zero. In a world of infinite, frictionless content, information and applied intelligence are no longer scarce, and therefore they are no longer valuable. What remains valuable in 2026? The new scarce goods are coherent identity, durable trust, and emotionally meaningful attention. One solution is to design social architecture around Dunbar's number, the biological limit of 150 stable social relationships our nervous systems can actually track. These small groups act as rehearsal chambers for the handshake, forcing us back into the uncomfortable labor of reciprocal attention and symbolic repair. But small circles carry a risk. Without a release valve, they can easily turn inward, becoming paranoid echo chambers or rigid prisons where dissent is seen as betrayal. Humor serves as the essential safety valve against that decay. A system that can laugh at its own construction maintains the perspective needed to stay healthy and permeable. That shared look of spontaneous amusement is a sign that the group hasn't lost its connection to a wider, ridiculous world. The most radical act we can perform today is the manual labor of keeping consensus reality alive within our own small circles. In a world of synthetic intimacy, who are you